And we're back. We got the Week 6 preview show, special guest. I am the Liquor. First time on camera in the league, Marshall. How's it going?
Number one, baby. Doing great. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. We lost Ovi. I guess his job is more important than the league, which is disappointing. Might need to reassess.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I wanted to look him in the eyes.
So we'll jump right in. I almost threw away his power rankings so we could have an unbiased take for once, but we already submitted that.
That's all right.
So expose him. I'll take his job of recapping last week. We just went through. Justin thought he went a week without winning any money, but it turns out he had highest scoring DST, so $25 there. Just cleaning up.
Keep the streak going. I think it's 5 weeks in a row now.
5 weeks cashing. Jesse, longest pass, beat me by a yard. We were just talking about it. DJ Moore, my own guy, killed me, which he fell at the one. And then Hunt and Ovi split most points. And Brandon, with a painful loss, I'm sure, but gets the most points in the loss with only 102, low of the year. But hey, $20 is $20.
It's $20.
All right, now we'll just jump into the power rankings. Leading it off at number 1, I'll let you talk. I am the Liquor.
So I made my notes last night. First thing I wrote is everything I touch is gold. I mean, listen, I got lucky in the draft. Not much to say there, but it just seems like everyone I pick up is just fucking putting up points, which is kind of ridiculous. My newest addition, Herbert. This kid's a stud. I now have 3 quarterbacks, Ovi or who was it that
Jeff
lost
just
Dak?
had Dak. Jeff had Dak.
All right. Talk to me. Phones are open.
So I had you at number 1 as well. Obviously losing Cooks, but he hasn't seen major, so it's 1 week.
Hopefully it's only.
And is Hunt hurt? He left the game, didn't he?
Yeah, he left. I think they're downplaying it.
Yeah.
There's no update just yet. Evans, they put him back into questionable. He's banged up. AJ Brown will probably crack my lineup this week coming ahead.
Not a bad bench guy.
He's a little banged up too. So, we'll work through the injuries, but, team motto is next man up. So.
Yeah, that's why I've got you up there. You just got a lot of guys that can score every week. Even Robinson, the undrafted rookie running back, he didn't have a good week this week, but he's an RB2 at worst rest of the season.
I'm waiting for him to just come back down to earth a little bit just because he's a no-name. But so far he's been playing really well, and seems like the coach wants to get him more involved anyway. So. Yeah,
and like you said, you got the quarterbacks, and if your defense can score you 26 every week, it's going to be tough.
I think it was 29, to be honest.
It was ridiculous, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, shit. No, listen, that probably won me the week because I had a lot of Allen didn't play well. Kittle put up like 6. A lot of guys didn't really perform too well, but I'll take it. No complaints over here.
Yep, absolutely. And so I had you at number 1 as well. Ovi had you at 2, but 1 and 2.
Well, that's expected. He'll never put me 1. I don't know if it's out of spite.
Me right now.
I've been denying trades since 2005 or whatever it may be, but I'm looking forward to playing him. I'll tell you that much.
We'll circle that one on the calendar.
Sure.
Number 2.
Everyone's got that one circled.
Number 2, we've got Hunt. He's been 1 or 2, I think, now for a while. Ovi had him at 1, but let's see. So he's lost a little bit of depth at running back. He traded away. I'm trying to pull up his team. Talk if you got anything.
Yeah, I got him at 2 on mine as well. Honestly, I think his team's loaded. I'm big on just about every single person on his team. Obviously, he's got Mike Davis, who's going to be riding the bench once McCaffrey comes back. But I'm one of those guys who, first off, Gibson, I love Gibson. I think he's going to be a stud in this league. I also think Cam Akers is going to be the guy for the Rams.
Yeah.
And he's got depth everywhere. Mike Williams just had a fucking major game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Allen could be out.
Crowder had a monster game. He's deep. He's deep. He's scary.
Yeah. So he traded some running back depth, but he got maybe the number 1 wide receiver rest of the way in Hopkins. And like you said, he's still got Gibson, Mike Davis for a couple more weeks. He's definitely deep. He can withstand a few injuries. Kupp had a down game, but he's been back. And then Hunter Henry, tight end sucks this year.
Yeah,
Like
you know what?
if you get a guy like that, even
But I'll tell you, I mean, he just caught a touchdown, I believe, last night or whenever they played. Herbert and him seem to have a decent thing going, even though he doesn't really get that many looks. But I'm looking at his team right now. He's got quite a few guys on bye week this week. This is going to be a tough week for him. I think half his lineup's out. Kamara, Henry, Carson, Mike Williams. So we'll see.
I'm honestly surprised they're even still doing regularly scheduled buys because
I thought they were going to get rid of him too, dude. I mean,
like, why are you taking an off week when there's a damn good chance you're going to miss a week from COVID?
Exactly. Play while you can. Yeah, I agree. But it might just end up being a scheduling nightmare for them if they have to do that.
I was pissed to see, like, Green Bay was on bye last week, my quarterback, and I was like, you know what? How about you just play, and then we'll take a week off later in the season.
Yeah.
It might get
it's going to be interesting
when these
teams, when they keep canceling the same teams. Like, if the Titans – this keeps happening with the Titans, what can they do? What are you going to do?
Like you can push it back, but then we got like 20 weeks of games and
and then teams that are all good are gonna have a 4-week layoff at the end of the year.
Yeah, like a guy hasn't played football in a month. Yeah, it'll be interesting. But all right, next up, the big mover of the week, the money team, up 5 spots. Got the jacket on.
I tell you, man, I got you up there as well. You're on my 3. You get some of my notes I'm looking at right now. Goff and Rodgers. You're gonna have some tough choices coming up with these guys. I mean, obviously you'd probably go Rodgers over Goff, but there's nights where Goff's gonna put up over 30. I mean, it's gonna happen. I'm looking at You got Godwin coming back. Madison this week. Ridley, I'm huge on. Miles Sanders killing it. DJ Moore killing it. I mean, your team's pretty loaded too, and then once McCaffrey comes back, forget it.
So I'm just happy. We touched on it before the show, but 3-3 was the goal. Sitting at 3-2 now, it's a winnable matchup against, in my opinion, a pretty weak Ovi's team. And then the Madison injury couldn't have come at a better time. Hopefully, that can bridge me to getting CMC back.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking too. And I think so far you beat me in a absolute barn burner. I think week 2.
That was my biggest week of the year.
So I'd say right now you're my rival. So
okay, perfect.
I don't know if we play again this year, but
we should. If we played week 2, we should play like week 11 or 12. So hopefully that's fighting for a bye or something. But yeah,
it's gonna be a big one.
I like where my team's at, getting through hopefully the end of the injuries. You know, knock on wood, I'm sure I'll get something else, but I like where I'm at right now. And
top to
number
bottom,
4.
Good.
Number 4, we've got down 1 from last week. He had a tough loss. The Bearded Clam. Let me see what he did this week. Oh, he was against me. He had a lot of guys that underperformed. Even on Thursday, Ronald Jones got down at like the 1-inch line. There were 6 points. You know, Hayden Hurst had 1 catch or 2 catches for under 10 yards. Prescott snapped his ankle. Like, that's the big one.
I was waiting for this one to come up. Call my phone. I don't know if you're a Cam Newton fan or Justin Herbert, or they're all available. I'm ready for you. Give me Zeke though. I want Zeke. No, tough break, man. Dak was killing it. Obviously, he's gonna have a real tough time finding a replacement for him. And I'm real big on Edmonds. I think Drake's done in this league. This guy's the guy to own. He's got Jones, Zeke. I'd say he puts Edmonds in going forward in his flex, man. He's going to be forced to reckon with.
Even if they split time, Edmonds seems to be the guy getting the big plays. Like he had like a 14-yard touchdown or something.
I think it's inevitable. Eventually, he's just going to take over completely. But this league these days, you never know. But tough, like you said, tough outings for his receivers this week. Otherwise, he'd be a little bit higher ranked.
Yeah, he's got to address the quarterback situation. Obviously, a tough break. But then Juju's not putting up 4 every week. Tyler Boyd's not putting up 6.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst, I don't know. I was high on him. I drafted him in every league I was in, I think. So I don't know what will happen with him, but probably address tight end and quarterback. I think he's all right. And then if Fournette can go away, Ronald Jones looks like he looks like the guy in Tampa Bay. He looks better from the eye test.
I'd say so, man. Like even I was getting a little nervous because in my other league I have him. I have him and Fournette actually on the same team, and Fournette looks like a fucking shadow of what he ever could have been. And even Vaughn, like you could tell they don't trust that kid whatsoever.
Vaughn had 3 drops and like 2 drives, and Brady told him to take a seat.
Yeah, I think he finished with -1 points.
Yeah,
He might have even fumbled or something. Yeah, I think Jones is the guy. Rojo's the man over there. But like, yeah, I agree with you. Like you said, his receivers are fine. They just had a pretty rough outing out there. But his team's pretty stacked too.
The thing that makes me concerned is he just traded a lot of depth for Ezekiel Elliott. Obviously, it's nice having that high-end talent, but you can't withstand the injuries.
Yeah.
So he needs to stay healthy. But he's at 4, still one of the top teams.
Yep.
Next up, we got Munchin Ruggs the third. He, I think he's down 1 spot. Yep, down 1 spot from last week. Took a loss, had a down week, only scored 94. But he had some guys not show up. Tyler Lockett was 6.
Yeah.
I still like Lockett. Connor 12. Ingram, I don't know what's up with Ingram. You're probably the Ingram expert. What's going on with them?
I can't fucking stand the guy. And so much talent, so disappointing. It just seems like anytime there's a fucking flag on the play, it's him. Anytime there's a drop pass, it's him. You know, obviously the potential's there. He's going to make a big play here and there, but I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole as a Giant fan. But, you know, not a bad option considering, like you said, there's really not much there in tight ends for the entire league. But, for someone, I think he's in 8th place. Is that right? Munchin Ruggs?
He might be. He's 2 and 3, so he's down there.
Yeah, for someone that's in 8th place, I absolutely I love this team, man.
8th place. He got a lot of points. He might be 3rd in points. Yeah, he is.
That makes sense. Because I was telling Bryce before we went on air, I ranked these based off the team. I didn't even look at anyone's records, places, nothing. This was one of the higher teams that I had. Mahomes and Hill, insane. Galladay eventually is just going to be a monster. Yeah. I don't know. I going into the year, I had him top 5, honestly, in my head. And then the running back,
non-full PPR, Galladay's a stud because typically he's catching a 60-yard touchdown. He's not going 10 catches for 100 yards. He's going 5 for $160.
Right. But he, that touchdown threat right there. The tough break of Melvin Gordon.
I think it was 75 and a 35 hammered. Like, buddy, call a cab.
Not ideal for someone that's trying to start fresh in a new town. But, Tyler Lockett on bye this week. Ruggs had a nice little coming out party.
You got to probably get him in the lineup. But like, where do you do it? I guess that the flex over Freeman.
Yeah.
Or maybe put Freeman over Singletary. I don't know. Tough decision at RB2. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, even Freeman, Giants going forward, offense doesn't look too great. Freeman looked pretty good this past week.
He looks pretty explosive still.
Yeah.
It's about getting the touches. And you can't run halfback dive on the Giants. That line is not getting you a hole up the middle.
No. And, Dion Lewis, I want him off the team. Let's start putting Freeman in as a passing back because that's what he was anyway. I think as he goes on, what is he, week 3 with them now? So we're 4 going on.
Yeah.
I think once they get him more involved, he'll be a solid flex option. It seems like he's pretty deep in running backs as it is. So.
Yeah. He's got Gordon and Lindsey, so maybe the DUI helps. If Gordon gets suspended, and Lindsey's the guy. So
listen, if you had to own a handcuff, he nailed it. So.
Yeah. All right, next up we got Matt. He is down 1 spot. Those 3 in a row are all down 1 spot from last week. Also took a loss, 2 and 3, but his average is right up there with everybody else we've been talking about most recently. I think you had a comment.
What team name is he? Sorry.
You had some comments on Backup Terry.
Backup Terry. Okay. Would I have him?
You liked his running back, I think.
Yeah, so I had him ranked 7th.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson's a god. Obviously he's on bye this week, but anytime you have that guy, you got a chance. I like Aaron Jones. I'm big on Damian Harris. I think you should probably touch on that as the fan over there, but I don't know. Kelly, I think Cam Akers. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, not Cam Akers. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch up here. What do I have down for him? Yeah, he had a tough outing for his wide receivers this past week as well. But
I
think
mixed
they'll
up
be
your
fine.
comments. I thought this was the team you were saying had the worst running backs of all time, but then I opened the team.
No. We'll get to that. I think that's more towards the bottom.
Yeah, he's got to address. Let's see. He's got. Oh, it's only this week.
Mixon and Jones and Harris. I mean, that's a solid 3 right there.
I think he's fine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tight end, but again, tight end sucks. Hooper's actually been doing decent lately. Projected 5. I think that's probably a little low. But you never know with the Browns. Like, are they good? They're 4-1.
I don't know. We'll see. They got a big game this week, right? Who do they play?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out this week if they're a real deal.
Yep. All right. Next up, we've got the no-show. Up 3 spots from last week, coming in at number 7. The next one, Ovi. You had him at.
Had him at 9.
We both did.
I thought that was generous.
Yeah.
As I was doing the rankings, I was actually shaking my head like, I can't believe I'm putting him at 9. But, hey, he had a big win this week, tied for the leader. Tom Brady, Hollywood Brown, Jarvis Landry. These guys all had big games. Gurley had a big game. Derrick Henry just absolutely bitching Josh Norman. I mean,
yeah. Didn't even count. I think he's so overrated.
I know. You're not big on him. I know.
He gets the touchdowns, which you need. But if he stops scoring those, he averages 2.5 yards a carry for like 48 yards.
But listen, they're undefeated, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they keep getting these leads, it doesn't matter. They're just going to fucking feed this giant of a human being, The Rock. And
that's why I was a little surprised. So I didn't finish the game last night watching it. I was a little surprised when I checked the yardage at the end because I figured with the big lead, he was going to just be pounding the rock. He'd grind his way to like 110 or something.
They ran it up, dude.
Yeah.
They ran up the score. I was pissed. I actually lost in my other league because of a nonsense Jonnu Smith touchdown at the end where Tannehill 10 fucking feet over the line. I think it forced the over. Right?
Yeah.
So the gamblers weren't too happy on that. I was half asleep and I just remember thinking, what the fuck are they throwing for? Game's over.
I almost think Tannehill being like a good quarterback isn't good for Henry because when they're up, they're like, screw it. Tannehill can just keep balling out.
Yeah. And now that they have A.J. Brown back, even though, he was a little banged up, but had a nice touchdown early.
He'll probably keep scoring touchdowns, though, so he'll be solid. Me and we have a prop bet with Henry, and I have, like, every other first-round running back against him, so I wouldn't mind seeing him cool off. But, yeah, he's had a big response. Coming from 0-3 and having 2 big weeks is good. So, unfortunately, he comes in at number 7. Next up, we got your brother, Brandon, down 2 spots. Started fast, 3-0.
Yeah.
But he's trending down.
He is trending down. I noticed he changed his team name as well.
Yeah.
I think he knows it.
He lost the mojo for sure.
Yeah. Anytime you're starting a Giants receiver, it's always going to be a rough team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't entirely hate it. Keenan Allen, Robert Woods. I think last week he benched Woods, which is insane. Yeah. I don't really know how you do that while starting Slayton, but
and he went off.
Shark
he only
had
15, but yeah. But the issue, what he's been facing lately is Edwards-Helaire is not what everyone thought. They thought he was going to be scoring like 2 touchdowns a week, and you never know. He's a rookie. Hopefully they don't sign Bell. We were joking about that today. They would ruin 2 of his players. But Lamar Jackson's just like average right now. Like he's literally like QB 15.
That's the biggest part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna have I don't think he is what he's been doing. I don't think he's gonna come close to what he did last year.
Yeah.
But I do have a feeling against Philly he's gonna show out though. Even though Philly's got a pretty good defense, but I think Jackson gets back to his like 20, 25 point.
Yeah. I think he might be, I think he's almost like a top 5 guy now. He's not like the 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But you can't have him at 15. He had 3 rushing yards or something last week. He didn't get a point in rushing. That's not where you drafted him in the 3rd round for.
I'm not exactly sure what even happened with that. I
They're
mean, their
almost winning
defense
games.
showed out.
They're winning games too easily.
Yeah, that's you know,
It's like
you
26
you want to
nothing.
preserve him. I get it. You want to preserve
Yeah.
him, but he'll get his. He'll get his. I think he'll be fine. Woods is a stud. Hilaire will probably be okay. I mean,
You need
Mostert. I'm huge on Mostert. Mostert, whatever the fuck his name is.
Mostert's coming back. That's big for him. And
Even
Dennis Smith,
Go ahead.
he's like a top, tight end sucks like we've talked about. And he's one of the guys where you just plug and play. You don't have to play the matchup game or hope he catches a touchdown.
Yeah. No, he's definitely one of the more solid, high floor guys. And he's got Tanyan on his bench. Let's see what this kid can do.
Yeah.
I'm big on him.
Next up, we got Klaus, 3-2, coming in the 9 spot. We all had him. Ovi had him at 11, which is what dragged him down. Me and you both had him at 8. He didn't have a great week last week, if I remember correctly. Let me just go ahead and pull up the matchups again.
Okay, so he's 6th, huh? I'd say.
Yeah, he scored 68 points last week. You're gonna fall when you score 68 points.
Yeah, did he have?
He's got Kyler who balled out, but he has Cooper who's gonna take a hit. Eric Ebron, he's hurt. He's not playing great. He started Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah, I saw that. He also had Emmanuel Sanders on the bench.
And Buffalo's defense was -4. That's going the wrong way. I
would start Emmanuel pretty much every week going forward. Chenault, as good as that dude is as a rookie, it seems like Emmanuel's found his place over there in the Saints. But he put up 18 points. I mean, Chubb's hurt, like you said. That's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Ingram, I think he's done.
I think that whole backfield is kind of done until they pick a guy.
Yeah. He's not done as a player. He's done in fantasy wise.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. They got, I think Ovi's got Dobbins, who everyone's waiting to get the opportunity, but Gus Edwards is still there, like 10 catches a game.
Amari Cooper put up a dud. He'll be fine. Although they got Dalton now.
Dalton.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gallup I'm sure you watched it when Gallup was catching 30-yard bombs left and right to end the game.
Killing me over there. I'm a big CeeDee Lamb guy.
Yeah.
But
I think this is going to really hurt CeeDee Lamb, I think.
Kyler Murray's just a fucking absolute stud. So he's got a winner in that right there. But
he's got a lot of questions. Devontae Adams is coming back now. That's
yeah. I'd roll Adams and Emmanuel with Cooper because he won't really have a flex. Gaskin, this guy, you don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get a 5-pointer or fucking 15?
It's tough not to start him because I think it's his RB1 right now with Chubb out.
Yeah. Especially on his roster. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got Shiva, 3-2, coming in the 10 spot. The reason he's down here is he's averaging 95 points a game, good for second worst in the league. He did beat me last week, and he won this week with 100. But he's just not explosive, it doesn't seem like. He hasn't had the big numbers yet. Allen Robinson I like, but T.Y. Hilton's kind of done. The Colts offense is scary, and he's got 2 big parts of the Colts offense. And that's part of my concern.
I love Jonathan Taylor. Love his running backs, really.
Jacob.
I put here on my notes last night, I had a few drinks, but I said his wide receivers make me sick. Allen Robinson, he's okay. T.Y., you're not going to get shit from him. Renfro, you're starting Hunter Renfro. You're in trouble. And then, obviously Julio, he's hurt, but I think he's going to be hurt all year. It's weird that he's still out.
He's even getting shopped, I think. But who knows now? The GM just got fired. They might just not do anything, or they might unload. No one really knows what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, put a whole healthy roster in there. It's mediocre at best, I'd say. No offense there. But Mark Andrews is fucking automatic, that guy.
Yeah, he's efficient. He's not getting a ton of targets, but, I mean, he's catching touchdowns every single week. So.
Every week. And it seems like they just stare at him in the red zone. And he's still producing.
He's a locked-in top 5, which is nice to think about that.
And Jacobs is, real deal.
Yeah, so for sure.
I think he'll make playoffs.
Yeah. 3-2, I mean, it's a good start. You win another one, 4-2, like you got to really screw up.
Exactly.
Usually 7 wins usually get
7 wins. Yeah.
All right, next up we've got same final two as last week. TP 4-3. This might be the team we were talking about, the running back.
Yeah, this is the worst running back core I've ever seen in my entire life. Montgomery, I've been a sucker for this guy for the last 2 seasons. Never again. I have a personal hatred for this guy. Hines shouldn't even touch a roster. And yeah, I mean, it just gets worse from there.
Yeah, it's tough. So Montgomery had a decent game, but the talks are Bell. They're the favorite to get Bell. If Bell goes there, like, bury them both. They're both done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't actually heard anything about Bell going anywhere. I heard someone say something about New England. That wouldn't make any sense to me. But
yeah, the second team was surprisingly the Eagles, which as a Miles Sanders owner would not love.
I don't. If
I
I'm
wanted
the
to go to
Eagles,
Kansas
that's
City
not
and
what
just Brandon.
I wouldn't even touch that. No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But he's Cody. His other guys, he might need to like sell high on Metcalf or something. Matt Ryan, I thought he was going to be a stud this year, but it seems like he stinks even throwing the ball 40 times.
I'm debating on cutting him in my other league.
Yeah, he's my guy in my other league too, and
because I actually watched the games. I watched his games, and he's got Chuck Knobloch syndrome, dude. Like, he's missing guys by 10 feet. Like, it's not even close. But yeah, no, I like his receivers definitely.
Yeah, I almost wonder if you got to sell Kelsey or something.
I would sell Kelsey. If I was him, I'd sell Kelsey because you can find, tight ends. Yeah, they're hard to come by, but you can sell him real high.
Yeah, everybody's tight end stuff with him. So, yeah.
But Gallup, like you said, it looks like he's got a good thing
with rapport.
But Big Ben, he can put in from now on over Ryan, I'd say, and he actually might win a game or two. Yeah.
If he's healthy, if he's remotely healthy, he's always been a good fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, right.
If he can throw 3 touchdowns to Claypool every week, lock it up.
That kid. We'll see.
Yeah, had 48 points. 48 points from him in our DFS, and I still lost. But that's a different show.
I took him out in a DK league. I took him out. I had him in for the day.
I don't even know. I was like, oh, that one guy's hurt. I'm broke. I'll put him in there. All right, let's see. And bringing up the basement again. I don't even know if he watches these anymore. You can't be too thrilled. 1-4. Cam Newtown shooter, Dennis. I actually had him at 12. It's just tough with the 1-4 record, and then, like, Michael Thomas is punching people. Like, so he's healthy now, and you can't even get him on the field.
What did somebody call him? Slant boy in practice? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I think they called him
slant
boy. Still, man, have some mental toughness. You're one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had him at 11, ahead of TP43. Joe Burrow, I think he's a phony, at least at this stage in his career. Too much hype.
Can't start him against Baltimore like he did last week, too.
I guess it doesn't help. That doesn't help. Obviously, missing Michael Thomas, like you said. Any quarterback that he can get his hands on will probably help his team at this point. I touched on it earlier. Kenyon Drake, he's done. He did put up 12.5.
Yeah, because he fell in from like the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Like, so he still didn't have a good game.
That's going to happen, especially if they continue splitting those guys. But you can't go in feeling confident with him.
No.
He does have really nice receivers, though. I like Robbie Anderson. They're starting to use – he's no longer like your deep threat kind of guy.
Yeah.
They're starting to mix him around a little bit and short routes, just getting them the ball.
Real wide receiver now. And Thielen, out of nowhere, is like a top, like – I think he's top 5 in PPR leagues.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson kind of took a back seat. But I like their receivers in Minnesota there.
Yeah. And he's got an uphill battle. He's playing you this week. You're projected 126. So 1-5 is staring him right in the eyes. And that's tough to come back from.
No, that's
oh, you just
that was last week. We just
gotcha.
Yeah. That was last week. I just played him. I think I play Shiva this week.
Okay. Well, that's a good segment. We'll segue into matchups next week. Everyone outside of Dennis is within a game of first place. Obviously, there's the tiebreakers and all that stuff, but everybody in the league is 3-2 or 2-3. So, I mean, these next couple of weeks are huge. You either climb into a playoff spot or you could fall into 10th.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
You
I
lose 2 in a row.
very well get screwed. You never know.
Yeah. So this week I've got first. It's my thing, so show me first. But me versus Ovi, the big one for the trash talking reasons. Don't want to lose this one. Right now I've got a slight edge in the projections. Madison helps that immensely because it solves my running back 2 spot for a week.
Is Godwin back?
He was running in practice, but
Okay.
I'm probably gonna have to start some scrub like Greg Ward or something. Like I did that
I got a feeling, man, that Evans is just fighting through these injuries. You know, he's only useful on the 2-yard line, so I'm sure they're itching to get Godwin back. It seems like Brady likes Godwin way more than anybody on that team.
I think it just suits him. His style suits him better. It's like it's not like an Edelman, but it's the inside routes.
He's fast. He's fast.
Yeah, yeah. But Ovi's got Tom Brady, and I think he's going to score against Green Bay. I think that could be a high-scoring game.
That's a huge matchup. You got it, Rodgers. He's got Brady. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I've been shitting on his running backs all year, Todd Gurley and Henry, and Gurley's just finding the end zone, so I'm sure they're going to drop like 75 on me.
That dude is he's got to slow down eventually. I'm an owner of him in 2 different leagues. I'm still not sold.
Yeah.
he looks slow, but he's effective. I don't know.
I'm right there with you. But the holes, he was running on a few Sunday, and it was like, where is everybody? Like, tackle him. He's not even running fast.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like he's slow, but he's I don't know if his vision's there or if they're blocking for him really well. But I think Madison's going to outscore Derrick Henry this week.
Mm-hmm. We were actually talking about that earlier today. This is a big one. He either gets to 500 or, you're right back in the cellar. For me, I can 4-2. It's tough to fuck up from there with people coming back, or I'm right in the log jam at 3-3. So this is a big one. Let's see what we got next.
You guys actually have a lot of players playing against each other, which is funny.
He's got 3 guys Sunday night, which I need a lead going in. He's got running back, tight end.
That's always the worst.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one, though. I mean, his team's not as bad as his record is, but I think you prevail, but we'll see.
Okay. Next up, I've got the Bearded Clam versus Big Dick Nick. 2, 3, and 2 teams. So someone's going to be in the thick of it. Someone's going to be sitting pretty after this one's all said and done. It's tough to look at the matchup right now because we've got no clue who's going to be quarterback.
No quarterback. I'm gonna probably reach out to him, see if I can help him out. I don't know. It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Even if he claimed Dalton, threw Dalton in there.
Dalton or Fitzpatrick's got a good one. I was thinking Tannehill long term. Like you just ride Tannehill and maybe sit him against good defenses. But Klaus has got some firepower back. It sucks getting Devontae Adams in his first game back. Like, you got to think Rodgers is hooking up with him like twice. The game versus Brady, high scoring. Kyler Murray versus Dallas. That could be a 40-burger.
Yep.
Running, passing, whatever you want to do.
Cooper's going to be a big question mark just with the new quarterback coming in. Gaskin against the Jets probably puts up 20. Yeah.
Klaus, now that I'm looking at it more, Klaus has got some good matchups. Jeff's got to find that quarterback. But, I mean, he's got the weapons. Like, Will Fuller can drop 50 on you any day or give you 0. Should be a pretty good matchup. Hurst, it's tough to keep starting him, but at the same time, I feel like as soon as you sit him, he's catching 2 touchdowns in like 80 yards. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But, all right. Next up, we've got your matchup. You versus Shiva. 2, 3, and 2 teams. It's crazy. The number 7 team in the league is 3 and 2, and the number 1 team in the league is 3 and 2. But I'll let you start us off.
He doesn't have his defense selected yet, so that's throwing off the projections a little bit there. Stafford's been playing really well for him. A-Rob's pretty good. Like I said, I just tore apart his receivers. Watch they go fucking ape shit against me.
100%.
But I got a lot of questionable guys right now with injuries. He's got Julio questionable. I've got 3 guys questionable. It's probably a formality at this point, but this is going to be a big week.
I actually like the Taylor and Peterson matchups. I both think are really good. The Colts could get up on Cincy and just find with Taylor, and then Adrian Peterson somehow is still producing. They feed him instead of Swift, but Jacksonville's defense is not good. Like, they started fast. People think they're better than they are. He could have 100 yards.
Those are always high-scoring games too. Any Jacksonville game is a high-scoring game.
Yeah, Minshew's finding ways to score, and their defense is zero.
I need Kittle to. Wow, Kittle versus Mark Andrews this week. That's a big one.
Yeah. You need Garoppolo to take a seat again, and
they might bench that dude. They might fucking bench him.
He stinks.
He's awful.
Yeah, he's real bad. I've been saying that for a while. I mean, they would have won the Super Bowl last year if they had a quarterback at all.
Who's the other Mullins? I think that guy might be the best one.
Well, he looked good 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, and then he got benched at the end of the Philly game, I think, because he looked horrible.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going on with that team? They just lost by 30.
Their team's really, really hurt too. Like, it doesn't help that your defense isn't what it used to be
at all.
And but yeah, no. Listen, it's going to be a close one. I don't know what I'm going to do if these guys don't play. I'm going to be in big trouble. But
yeah, and whoever wins that one again, 4-2 to 3-3. Someone's going to be sitting pretty, and someone's got to have an uphill battle again.
I might have to make a move. I might have to make a early move tomorrow.
This seems to be the time of the year. Everyone's scrambling.
I'll probably make a bad choice, but we'll see.
Yeah, someone will. Next up, we've got Dennis versus Hunt. Cam Newtown Shooter versus We Still the Champs. Cam Newtown Shooter, every game's a playoff game. He's got to string together a few wins here. Hunt has 2 guys in there on bye, so you can't even look at the projection at all. But it's gonna be tough for Dennis. Who knows who he's going with at quarterback? I can't imagine he sticks with Burrow.
Yeah, he's even projected 16. That's
high.
Indy's defense is real deal too. Drake against Dallas. Who knows? That might end up being a shootout. He might get lucky. Get
a touchdown.
Get something there. Is that David Johnson? Yeah, right. David Johnson, not Duke, right?
Yeah, he's got an uphill fight here for sure. I mean, Kamara on bye. That's a nice break. Carson's on bye, so he's going to have a question mark at the RB2 spot. So he caught him at a good time. But I think Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Mike Davis, that might be enough. They might score enough to beat them.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. But if any time right now is to get a win, this is Cam's time. Cam Newton's time right now. He's got to capitalize on these buys here.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see what we got left. Next up, we've got backup Terry versus Welp. Brandon needs to stop the skid. Can't go 3-0 to 3-3.
No, that's when you start panicking, and he'll probably get raped in a trade.
He's very vulnerable right now.
Yeah, well, the changing of the team name is just ominous.
Yeah, he lost.
It says it all right there.
Swagger. There's a lot of guys on bye. Keenan Allen's on bye, but he's hurt. Moving forward,
what's backup Perry going to do at QB?
There's a lot of QB questions this week. I mean, there's 3 teams we just talked about. They're all fighting for those waiver guys. Yeah, here's where someone gets taken advantage of. RB2 for Cam Newton, who gets COVID again because he's fucking flying to California for dinners and shit in the middle of the week.
But yeah, no, just looking at the matchups here, I think Brandon should win this one. Should.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hate Slayton. I don't like him.
Yeah. He's projected 11.5.
That's too high.
Yeah.
There's some rookies that you could pick up off of waivers. That
I feel like there's also a 0% chance he scores 11. He's either scoring 2 or he catches that huge play action bomb.
Yeah. Or they just pepper him. He'll have 8 receptions for 60 yards or something.
Yeah, Danny Jones is killing him though. Yeah, he seems good. He seems fast. I think he's tall. I don't know enough about him, but
he's a big boy. But I don't know. It disgusts me talking about it. Both teams don't have defenses plugged in yet either.
Oh, so Brandon's actually gonna have a pretty good projection. He's already at 100.
Yeah.
Edwards-Helaire is still projected 15. Are they gonna work him in, or they just give up and just keep swinging it? Because whatever they did last week didn't work. Losing to the Raiders.
Buffalo's D is no longer good.
I don't know why. Yeah.
I don't know why. KC coming off a loss, they can run it up.
Yeah.
Coming off a big loss.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is an interesting one.
Yeah,
So,
like
all right.
Brandon even got T. Higgins. I'd put him over fucking Slade at this point.
Yeah,
but
he seems to be getting targets. I mean, in good matches, I think you got to play Higgins at this point.
I think he'll eventually be
And
real deal. But
AJ Green wants no part of that offense. He's saying trade me on the bench.
he should have said trade him 10 years
in the
ago.
Off season. Yeah, at least in the off season.
Ship him to Dallas. Let him play with Dalton again.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's looking for. Last up, we've got Munch and Ruggs versus TP43. Dave needs a win, and I think he's in a good spot to get it. Cody's got Metcalf on bye, which is, we were just talking, probably his best player. Neither of them have complete lineups, since these projections don't mean anything. But a lot of Dave's guys look to have big numbers next to their name right now. Galladay at 14, Hill 14, Mahomes 24. This would be a classic, like Kansas City loses. They're not good. They're not as good, everyone thinks. And then Mahomes drops 500 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I think this is the week. I think Mahomes and Hill combine for 60.
Yeah.
And that'll get him.
To see where the balls go. Because if he's Pepper and Kelsey, that cancels out Mahomes because Cody's got him.
Listen, he doesn't need to, but if he had to, I'd even start Hardman at my flex because you figure that guy's good for like an 80-yard. One catch for 80 yards.
No Sammy. I thought about picking him up if he was a free agent just to play him against Ovi, because that's Ovi's boy. But I thought Dave had him. He could be decent as long as Watkins is out, but you just never know because that Robinson guy.
They have so many weapons. Yeah, he's capable, more than capable.
They're all 4.3 speed. Kelsey's the only slow guy, and he's like a 4.45, 4.5 guy.
Yeah, so what would you do? Would you go Phillip Lindsay or Devontae Freeman?
If Gordon's out, I would go Lindsay.
Gordon's got to be out, right? It's like a minimum 2-3 game suspension.
But is it one of those things where it's like, my hearing's not for 2 weeks? Like, allegedly, I had a DUI.
It's the appeal, but do you want to delay it at this point if it's inevitably coming, or you take the licks early on?
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
no, I think I go Lindsay.
I think he's got the right choice there, but
yeah.
I think Ruggs is good. He's got this one.
No, I mean, he needs to. Because no matter how many points you have on the season, if you're sitting at 2 and 4, it's going to be tough.
Absolutely.
And for Cody, it's not scoring a ton of points. I don't think you can fall to 2 and 4. So this is a huge one for these two guys. Both of them need a win. Yeah. But all right, so that does it for the matchups. We'll just real quick hit best bets, and then we'll be done. What do you got for me there?
So I was torn. I wanted to kind of think outside the box here a little bit. I was taking a look earlier, and I'm probably going to regret this, but I think that the Falcons are going to get their first W. I've been
on them every week.
Yeah. Well, listen, they're going to win one. You got to be on the one. So, yeah. But besides that, I thought Tampa was going to, as crazy as it is to take that as the best bet, I think Tampa wins.
Yeah. I like that. They're touching a point. I feel like everyone's going to be all over them. Honestly, the play calling last week from them, Arians was like coaching scared almost, kicking field goals, not going for it, except for the one they went from their own 20. Like,
you could tell him and Brady are clashing at the moment. They're not on the same page.
There was some like next level analytics stat where they measure like the risk appetite of each coach, and they were third to the bottom. And if you look at the top, it's like the Ravens, it's Kansas City, it's the good teams, and the bottom is the Giants, the Jets, Tampa right now.
Oh, Giants probably the very last. Ever since Coughlin days, it seems like every coach we get is just fucking. Oh, 3rd and long. Let's run a shotgun draw.
Punt, turnover, basically. So on this one, last week I just faded the Jets. I just took not betting on a team. I'm betting against them. I thought about it with Miami, but 9.5 for Miami is crazy.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So I mean, this bet isn't much safer. I'm going Colts.
Playing here for the Jets.
Flacco.
Still?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they're saying right now. But I'm actually going Indy over the Bengals. It's a big number, -8, but I think that defense can watch what happened last week, how the Ravens held them to, I believe, 0, and just keep them around 10 points, and then the Colts can score 20.
Yeah, I like that.
That's where I'm going.
I like that. Wow. Burrow's stats are actually pretty phenomenal right now. I'm looking at it compared to Rivers.
Burrow.
Yeah, he's got 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Rivers got
Rivers
900,
stinks.
4
I
and
mean,
3.
Rivers stinks. I'm counting on Colts getting a lead. So Burrows is just getting hit, throwing picks, tip balls, and then the Colts can just run the ball. If they fall behind, I think you turn it off. Turn the
only
game
thing
off
that
Rivers ain't doing it.
keep it close would be Cincy's defense, I think.
Yeah.
That might be the only thing. But
I'm really
if
betting
I had
on
to pick, I'd be with you. I'd take the Colts.
Yeah. I'm betting on the Colts defense just pitching out. Not a shutout, but damn close. So if Burrows is feeling it and he's locked in, I'm screwed. But that's where I'm going to go this week. But that's all we got. Thanks for coming on, Justin.
Thank you for having me. Ovi, we missed you, but I wish you no luck.
All right. Well, good luck to you rest of the season.
Only for a quarterback.
Don't peak too early.
Yeah, probably did already.